If you are a leader, what do you want to be known for? Does your personal life dominate your professional image? And what signals are you leaking without knowing it? These are the questions I started asking when I recently came across a video of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez by chance from the Vanity Fair Oscar Party in March 2026. And I was genuinely shocked by how different they looked. Not slightly different, completely different. And when I quickly browsed through recent photos, I saw the same thing consistently across multiple images from the same event. So I went back to what I said almost a year ago when I covered the pre-wedding story for HOLA magazine and in my YouTube video. Links are in the description. I was quoted analyzing their signals, synced, relaxed, complementary, and I meant it. That was what I saw then. And I finished with, it works for now, and I wish them the best. Now is over. I'm Tatiana Teppoeva, nonverbal intelligence, executive presence, and personality profiling expert. Today, I want to show you the before and the after. What changed in their signals, what it reveals, and why it matters for every professional who has ever walked in a room wondering what people are reading about them. So let me show you what I saw before and then what I see now. This is what genuine connection looks like in the body. They're synchronized, his love is real, her energy matches his, nobody is working for the camera here, they're just two people enjoying a moment together. This is the baseline. Same story here, she has her arm around him, he's turned toward her, his expression is soft and present. She's expressive and warm. And on this image, she's rising, arms open, holding, he's below her, reaching up to support her. I wrote about this as confident, not clingy. He was giving her the spotlight, and he meant it. You can see it in his body, and she enjoyed it. Jeff is a strategist type, long-term vision, system thinking, calm authority. Lauren is a performer initiator, expressive, camera-aware, built for the spotlight. In the before images, these two types complemented each other. In the other images, they are pulling in opposite directions. That is what it looked like. Now let me show what I see now. This is what made me stop scrolling and start analyzing. Notice this. Her hand is on his shoulder from behind. Her other hand is on her hip. She's walking the S-curve pose. She's producing the image she wants to be produced. His arms hang at his sides. No lean toward her. He is physically present and emotionally somewhere else entirely. She used this same gesture before. We saw it in earlier photos. Her hand on his shoulder, close to him, engaged with him. Back then, it came from warmth and admiration. It was connection. Now the gesture is identical on the surface, but the energy behind it is completely different. It's more like leaning on something to steady yourself while you perform your own show. Same hand, same shoulder, different story entirely. She's walking the camera even while looking at him. He has his eyes almost closed, head slightly down. She didn't get any positive reaction from him, and we can see it reflected on her face. The physical proximity is there, everything else is gone. And here she has the performance expressions. Lips slightly parted, tuned into how she looks. He has a small closed smile that doesn't reach his eyes. They are standing together and separately at the same time. What I see in Lauren now is a woman who is in her element, the spotlight, the camera, the performance. She's not hiding that, she enjoys this. She changes poses professionally, she walks her angles. She is aware of every frame. That is the performer-initiator type operating in full expression. Whether this was always there or whether it has come forward now, I can't know for certain, but it reads differently next to someone who is no longer matching that energy. And Jeff. He's trying to keep his composure, and it's not fully working for him. His expressions are minimal. He doesn't look like a man who wants to be where he is. At least not with someone who is with at that moment. I read something on his face that looks like heaviness, something quiet, a person who has made his decisions and has to live with them, at least for now. And then there is this video moment that I cannot stop thinking about. After the joint photo session, they transition to her photo session. Watch her right hand as she directs him to move. I I cannot read her lips, but I can read that gesture. Finger snapping. It's not a complete power display, but it's a hidden one. She feels authority in this moment. She's hurrying him up. There is also potentially a hidden frustration in that almost a snap. And then watch her left hand. She's not just waiting for him to go, she's guiding him out, the way a parent guides a child over the door. No admiration, no warmth, no respect for the dynamic that was visible before. She's managing him, and after he leaves, she's back to her element. I don't know what is happening between them privately. What I can read is what the body is showing, and what the body is showing is a significant shift from what I saw before, where they are now. They are going through something difficult, and the body is saying it whether they want it or not. And here is what this means beyond Jeff and Lauren. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you are stressed, if something is not right, if the dynamic has shifted, the signals will show it. Not strategist personalities like Jeff Bezos, not performer types like Lauren Sanchez. Nobody is immune. The body always finds a way to say what the words are managing, especially if you are not aware of how your nonverbal works. Lauren's net worth was estimated at $30 million when she entered this relationship. Jeff's fortune is over $220 billion. That is not just a gap. This is a different universe. And when signals shift the way they have shifted here, those numbers become relevant context. Because whatever is happening between them, the stakes are not equal. They never were. And both of them knew that when they signed. But the signals? Those were never going to be kept behind closed doors. We were always going to read them, every time they walked into a room with a camera. This is why learning to read signals matters. Not to judge people, I genuinely wish them whatever is the best for both of them, but because what you project in a room, at an event, in a meeting, is being read by everyone around you, whether you know it or not, even if you are one of the most powerful people on the planet. Do you know what you are projecting? And here is something worth thinking about for anyone in a leadership position. Jeff Bezos built one of the most extraordinary business empires in history, Amazon. His name used to be synonymous with relentless focus, long-term vision, and operating discipline. That was his signal. That was what people thought of when they heard his name. What is his name synonymous with now? This is not a judgment. People are more than their professional achievements, and their personal choices are their own. But perception doesn't separate the two as cleanly as we might like. The signals you send in your personal life, especially when you are that visible, and when your signals are this visible, become part of how your authority is read, part of how your leadership is perceived, part of whether people trust your judgment. It doesn't matter how much you have built. What you are known for is being built every day in every room by every signal you send. Jeff Bezos is a reminder that nobody is too powerful, too wealthy, or too established to be affected by that. What do you want to be known for? One more thing. Another story keeps coming to mind when I think of Jeff and Lauren. The couple of Meghan Markle and Harry, a performer type who took over the dynamic and a partner who checked out. Sound familiar? Let me know in the comments if you want me to break them down next. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and tell me, looking at these before and after images, what is your read? What do you see?